WCCB News Special. Live from the San Francisco Bay Area and the Queen City. Pounding to the title on Charlotte CW.
The countdown to Super Bowl 50 continues. Only one team will walk out of the Bay Area with the Lombardi Trophy.
As an organization, we have yet to win the Super Bowl. So if we win it, it would mean a lot to so many people.
But Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers know this will be no easy task against future Hall of Famer Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos.
There's a lot of excitement here in Charlotte and out in California tonight as well.
Oh, yeah. People across Charlotte area are showing their Panthers pride from banners and signs to get celebration at schools and churches. We have live team coverage tonight from San Francisco. The game will be played at Levi Stadium, which is about 50 miles southeast in Santa Clara. We begin with WCCB Charlotte's Morgan Fogarty.
She's leading our West Coast coverage from San Francisco. And Morgan, you had some time one-on-one with our friend Luke Kuechly.
I did talk with Luke Kuechly, and I've also been talking with some of the Panthers fans who are out here at Super Bowl City. They are ready for the game, very clearly excited. When I talked with Luke, he was calm, he was relaxed, he was confident. You know, this middle linebacker of ours, he's pretty good at pretty much everything. But there is one thing he told me he is not good at.
What a team, what a season. Hard to pick a favorite moment so far, but looking back.
Is there a game looking back this season that you are most proud of or that you had the most fun at?
I think that Seattle game. I think that was a big test for us, you know, obviously on the road in a tough environment against a really good team that we've struggled against the last few years. And for us to go there and be down in the game and then at the end of the game come back and win, I think it was a tone setter. It set the tone for the season that regardless of where we are, we have a chance to win.
That was awesome.
It was
that
sweet.
was
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Luke tells me an ideal scenario on Sunday, besides obviously a win, would be to start fast and get a turnover early.
You catch those balls that the interceptions, and then you run them in for touchdowns. I mean, what is that like? Because it is
caught.
So... When we know you have the ball, everyone is so hyped in the stands.
Just don't get caught. You know, that's the biggest thing. Fortunately for me, I haven't had to go through a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Going through traffic it makes me nervous. You don't know where guys are coming from. You don't know where you're going to get hit. But the last few I've had, and there's been nobody in front of me, so it's been pretty clear sailing.
There is one thing number 59 admits he is not good at.
Talk to me about the hair. It's playoff hair, right?
It's playoff hair. I couldn't grow the beard. A bunch of guys have good beards on the team, and I'm not one of them. So I had to do the next best thing, and that was to grow the hair out.
Are you going to cut it later?
I don't know. We'll see what the guys are doing with the beards, and we'll move on from there.
Okay, you're going to take your cues from them.
That's right. They're in charge. I'm just I'm in the group.
Okay, you're in the group.
Yep.
Yes, this team is special, talented, winners. But Luke also credits those playoff wins to another group of people.
How much do you value home games and home field?
Oh, man. It was awesome this year. That was one of the best experiences. Being in Carolina was home games this year. They were loud. They're enthusiastic. They brought great energy. I think in the playoffs, the home field advantage was definitely a factor. Just the energy and the excitement and the roar of the crowd, and it's amazing how much you can feed off of it. And it sounds that people probably don't believe me when I say it, but when they're cheering, you can feel it, and it gives you energy. And those two playoff games were awesome. They brought energy, and it comes onto the field, and it's awesome. And I think it's a big part of us, you know, being in this place right now.
A pretty special place. Tomorrow, Luke and the team will go through their final walkthrough. They will also head over to Levi Stadium to take their team picture before resting up for Sunday. Will, back over to you for now.
All right, Morgan, thank you. Eyes have been on Cam Newton all season, and his season has been a virtuoso performance by the ultimate dual-threat quarterback. Cam Newton is at the top of the NFL mountain right now, the likely league MVP, poised to lead his team to a world title.
How you doing? You all right? You gonna give me a chest bump? There you go, man. High five. Let's go now.
Panthers quarterback Cam Newton is poised to be the face of the NFL for years to come. Super Cam leapt over all obstacles this year, leading the Cats to a 15-1 regular season, setting records along the way.
They haven't seen nothing that they can compare me to.
Once criticized for not being a pocket passer, Cam took an evolutionary step forward in 2015, showing off his maturity, football IQ, and decision-making, leading the top scoring offense in the league.
A lot of people don't see the things that he does, behind the scenes, the workouts, the extra film time, the extra meeting time.
It's been a season for the ages. Second highest percentage of total team yards in league history, scoring almost 80% of his team's touchdowns. A career-high 35 passing, 10 more on the ground, 45 total touchdowns, a top 10 season all time.
Cam Newton throws a pass, Olsen end zone, caught, touchdown!
Cam put the Panthers offense on his back all year, especially down the stretch. 4 touchdowns against Green Bay in Week 9, 5 touchdown passes against Washington in Week 11, 5 more in a come-from-behind victory in New Orleans 2 weeks after that, another 5 spot on the road to beat the New York Giants in Week 15, and 2 by air, 2 by land in the regular season finale against Tampa. Lots of footballs for lots of kids. And now the playoffs, a win over Seattle, then a scintillating 4-touchdown performance against Arizona in the NFC Championship.
For us, the ultimate goal for this sport is to win the Super Bowl.
And that's just where Cam has taken his team, the verge of a world title. The stats speak for themselves, and they scream MVP. Cam Newton is having a top 5 season in the history of the quarterback position.
All right, that most valuable player award is going to get handed out tomorrow night during the NFL Honors Awards show. Cam is the heavy favorite to bring the hardware back here to Charlotte.
Cam Newton has thrown or ran for 45 total touchdowns this year. The likely MVP can thank the defense for a lot of those scores. WCCB Charlotte's Jeff Zell joins me now. You agree, right?
Yeah, the Panthers, as you saw in Will's story, their offense gets a lot of credit, but they should. They're the #1 rated offense in the league. Many of those 32.2 points per game average, though, generated directly from the defense and turnovers.
So much made of Denver's #1 ranked defense. The Panthers, they've been pretty good, too.
The best defense will win the game.
If that's true, Panther fans, sleep easy. Stake claim to these stats: 48 takeaways in 18 games.
The reason why we was #1 or whatever in the turnovers this year. You feel me? Come on now. Come on now. When y'all gonna believe?
It's not just winning by the INT. The run defense has allowed just 1 team to rush over 100 yards in the last 11 games. Cam and the offense get a lot of the headlines, but if the Panthers want to lift the Lombardi Trophy Sunday, the D will have done their job.
It's huge, man. It's everything. This is what we've been working for our whole life. To be here in Super Bowl 50, the granddaddy of them all, is something to, I can't really put in words.
And I have one surprising stat for you. Denver, they've been winning despite a terrible turnover ratio. The Broncos, 31 giveaways this year, 3rd most in the entire NFL.
Will the weather cooperate for Sunday night's game? Chief Meteorologist Jeff Armbrecht is ahead with the Super Bowl forecast.
Plus, 1 team, 2 states. The Carolinas have plenty of sports rivalries out there, but the Panther Super Bowl run is bringing those divided fan bases together.
Hey, Wilson here. We're in San Francisco. I met some crazy fans of the NFL Experience. We're going to show you that coming up in just a little bit. And there's fans here at Super Bowl City right now. It's WCCB at Super Bowl 50 in San Francisco. We got more coming up.
We love them, and you will too. Put some fun in your life and dab with the crew. Super Bowl 50 in the land of the Niners. Lombardi trophies coming back to Carolina. Catching everything, Norman, Coleman.
Super Bowl 50 is a homecoming for Panthers head coach Ron Rivera. He played for the Cal Golden Bears in Berkeley and was recognized as an All-American linebacker.
All right. Now he's in line for another big honor. WCCB Charlotte's Kelly Barnick is live in San Francisco with more on that. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Amanda. Well, the special season keeps getting better for the Panthers and head coach Ron Rivera. Before today's final Super Bowl practice in San Jose wrapped up, we got a message from Stephanie Rivera, Ron Rivera's wife, saying that head coach has been nominated for a finalist for one of the NFL Honors Coach of the Year.
Now, Ron Rivera will not be able to walk the red carpet tomorrow night. Stephanie Rivera and their 2 children, Courtney and Christopher, will walk the red carpet and be there in his place. Ron Rivera, of course, has to be with his team at the team hotel as they spend their final night of meetings getting ready for the Super Bowl. The award, just another reason the homecoming for Ron Rivera is a happy one.
I'm very close to where I not just grew up, but played college football, met my wife, on the other side of the bay at Cal, and then now having the opportunity to come back here and play in the Super Bowl. It really is a neat experience. I really do appreciate it. Come across a lot of people that know me or know who I am, which I think has been a great experience. I really do appreciate this.
Now, the award for the NFL Coach of the Year will be announced tomorrow night at the NFL Honors Ceremony in San Francisco. Keep your fingers crossed. I think head coach Riverboat Ron has a good chance. Live in San Francisco, Kelly Bardick, WCCB.
All right, thank you, Kelly. We saw it earlier when Morgan was on with us that they got some fans out there, and Panthers fans are from all over the country in the Bay Area tonight ahead of Sunday's game.
Wilson from WCCB News Rising caught up with just a few of them. He's live in San Francisco. Hey, Wilson, you're having a good time out there, man.
Crazy. Now, we went to the NFL experience right here in Super Bowl City. I met some really crazy Panther fans. Take a look. Panther fans all coming together. The NFL experience, been experiencing the whole thing. And we found some Panther fans here. Not that guy. We got Brad and Tammy right here. Now, you guys are Charlotte, right down South Charlotte right there. Born and raised right here. How exciting is this to be in San Francisco?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
It is fantastic, yes. We're trying to tell all the Denver people that we like Peyton Manning, except not this Sunday.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying, too. I like Peyton Manning. Now, hang on. This guy just busted into. Hang on. You a Charlotte guy? Why, you're a Panther fan?
I'm a Panther fan from Seattle.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
That's right.
Now, hang on. How does that happen? Wait a minute. That's your lady?
My lady, 12.
Okay. So, back in Carolina, we're used to the house divided and all that. But this is getting serious, man. Seattle.
Well, we got beat 3 times or 4 times in 3 years.
Yeah.
But finally, we stepped it up this year. And it's our time. We're going to do this, and that's how it's going to go.
How much fun are you having as a Carolina Panther fan run around San Francisco?
I was stationed here in San Francisco years ago. Nice. So this is a homecoming, and I love it.
Is it just me, or am I seeing a whole lot more Panther stuff than Bronco stuff?
We see lots of Bronco stuff. San Francisco is well represented.
Yeah.
The Raiders are well represented.
I love it. One thing I love, though, is you guys are walking through. All the Panther fans are saying hi to each other. They're like, you're a Panther fan? I'm a Panther fan. It's like we got our own code.
Boom.
I did it. Boom, keep pounding. That's the code.
We got a salute. Here's our salute.
Let me see it.
You already know. That's how it works.
I think he just scared the children over here. It's a Pittsburgh fan. He'll see worse. Oh, my gosh. Craziness right there. We got some crazy Panther fans that are here in San Francisco at the Embarcadero. It is Super Bowl City. It is awesome. It's our Panthers in the playoffs. Let me see your dad. There you go. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Wilson. Okay, having a good time with that dad. From the leader of the defense to the leader of the offense, WCCB Charlotte's Brandon Davidow is live also in San Francisco with a look at how Luke and Cam Newton's leadership has guided the team through this historic season. Hey, Brandon.
First of all, guys, Wilson can have all of those crazy fans. This is where I like it, right by the water, nice and quiet. It's not going to be quiet on Sunday, and if there's any reason why it wouldn't be, it's because of Cam Newton and Luke Kuechly. Those guys are the heart and soul of the team. They are loud on the sidelines. They definitely have led these guys to this amazing playoff run. These guys seem to be different kinds of leaders. Cam Newton, he's loud. He'll dab all over you if he scores a touchdown, and sometimes he'll wear, zebra pants? Outrageous things. You'll never see Luke Kuechly wear those. He leads by example. No showboating going on by Luke. But surprisingly, in talking with members of the team, their leadership style is more similar than we thought.
One's a little bit more colorful dresser, and a little bit more vocal. You know, I think they're a lot more similar, I think, than people realize. They're both very, very competitive, ultra competitive, and they both want to win tremendously. They're both very team-oriented, very goal-oriented.
Actually, kind of, the same people. Luke's the quarterback of the defense, and he get everything right and situated, and Cam, obviously, the quarterback of the offense, and those guys, they play a big role of what we do around here.
It's also not uncommon, as Ron Rivera told us this week, to have Luke sit in on the quarterbacks meeting with Cam, and Cam sitting in with the linebackers. These guys do a lot of work, and they will be fully prepared for Super Bowl 50 against the Denver Broncos. Reporting live from San Francisco, Brandon Davidow, WCCB News.
All right, thank you, Brandon. It can be tough for school kids to focus on a Friday. It was especially hard to keep your head in the books in local classrooms today.
Up next, a look at how some students showed their Panthers pride ahead of the big game.
Cam, we love them, and you will too. Put some fun in your life and dab with the crew. Super Bowl 50 in the land of the Niners. Lombardi trophies coming back to Carolina. Catching everything, Norman, Coleman, they just throwing...
I'm Morgan Fogarty live at Super Bowl City in San Francisco, where it is a comfortable 61 degrees. But for more on the weather back at home, let's check in with WCCB Charlotte Chief Meteorologist Greg Armbrecht. Hey, Greg.
Hey, so Morgan, we are all jealous of you. We both have sunshine. We have sunshine here, but we're cold. You have sunshine and you're warm, so really enjoy your conditions. I'll tell you what, the forecast out there for the players and the fans looks fantastic. Again, we have sunshine, so do they. They have high pressure over the south and west. That's perfect news for them. But notice the entire western side of California here. Here's where they are right here, just to the south and east of San Francisco, highlighted by the Panther. They're going to be nice and quiet. And temperatures for them are actually running 10 degrees above average. Couldn't have scripted this better. Saturday, of course, all the pregame festivities, going to be just fine, low to mid-70s. And then, of course, Sunday, we have the Super Bowl. This is great. Lots of sunshine. Kickoff 73, then we slowly drift it back into the 60s. The only downside, and believe me, it's a stretch, maybe a little bit of a breeze, 15 to 20 miles per hour. But for the most part, the forecast is looking great.
All right, here's one way to really show off your Panthers' pride. Line up nearly 1,600 students and bring on a drone.
That's what the staff at Carmel Baptist Church did at their schools in Matthews. The students took a school photo to celebrate the team going to the Super Bowl. One of the families used this drone to capture an aerial view. How cool is that?
Very nice. And when it comes to sports in the Carolinas, there are rivalries all over the place, many of them dividing up families. Let's check back in with Brandon Davidow. He found out how this Super Bowl is bringing those homes together. Brandon?
Well, Will, we are spoiled when it comes to sports in the Carolinas. We had Duke win a national championship in basketball, and then in college football just a few weeks ago, Clemson got oh so close to bringing home a national championship. But throughout the Carolinas, there are divided households, and that's where the Carolina Panthers and their Super Bowl run come right into play. There are divided households all over the Carolinas. How can Clemson and South Carolina fans look at each other on game day? Well, now they can, thanks to the team that sports the black and blue. This amazing run the Panthers have been on is bringing all kinds of fans together, and the players are taking notice.
Look around the Carolinas with Clemson and Wake Forest and North Carolina and NC State. There's a lot of people that you can, and Duke, that you can root for, but there's some divided households, like you said, but I think everyone can be a Carolina fan.
There's so many great college programs that, to be able to bring them together, the fans, the sports fans in the Carolinas, it's been kind of neat. And I think that's the most important thing, is that we've been able to have people have something to grasp onto and cheer for as a group.
Now, throughout this playoff run, the Carolina Panthers on social media have pumped out the slogan, One Carolina. That is their way of trying to get everyone that might have those different teams that they root for in the college ranks, bring them all together and root for the Panthers as they go for that Super Bowl title. Reporting live in San Francisco, I'm Brandon Davidow, WCCB News.
Thanks, Brandon. One love. We love it, right? We're looking ahead to what's coming up tonight on WCCB News at 10. That's next.
You're watching WCCB Charlotte, the official home of the Carolina Panthers.
We love them, and you will too. Put some fun in your life and dab with the crew. Super Bowl 50 in the land of the Niners. Lombardi trophies coming back to Carolina. Catching everything, Norman.
All right, let's take it out to Morgan Fogarty once again in San Francisco for a look at what's ahead tonight at 10.
Yeah, tonight at 10, Will, I'm going to bring you a story from probably one of my most favorite moments that I've had in San Francisco so far. I got to spend some one-on-one time with Coach Rivera and talk about sort of this whole season and looking forward. In particular, he talked about the one-on-one moments that he has with Cam Newton and the advice that he's given him as all of these distractions have come up throughout the season. Also, talking about distractions, the media distractions, but Coach Rivera said that he got one question in particular that he really enjoyed, and he ended up giving a great piece of advice that I'm going to share with you tonight at 10 o'clock.
There's fans just a couple days away. That's all the time we have for this WCCB News special presentation, Pounding to the Title.
Good news, so we'll see you right back here tonight. Make sure you tune in. WCCB News at 10. See you then.